Your behavior is not based on a single action, a single isolated incident. Maybe Maya forgets to hold the door. Perhaps she's distracted or in a rush, and suddenly she's rude. A label slapped on her based on one oversight. Or Sam shares his lunch, a simple act of generosity, and he's instantly the kindest. An instant assessment based on a single good deed. We do this all the time, in countless situations. Snap judgments from tiny moments. Quick to categorize, quick to define. But is it fair? Is it accurate? Would you want to be defined by your worst day, a day where everything seemed to go wrong? One bad mood, a temporary state, or mistake doesn't sum up who you are. It's just a part of the larger picture. Labeling someone from one moment, a fleeting glimpse, is like judging a whole movie by a single frame, missing the plot, the characters, the entire story arc. This habit doesn't just affect how we see others, how we interact with them. It shapes how we see ourselves. It influences our self-perception. Fail a test, and you might think, I'm just bad at math. A self-defeating label. Miss a goal, and suddenly you're not athletic. A limiting belief taking root. But you're more than a headline. A brief summary of a complex event. You're a whole story, full of ups and downs. A rich tapestry of experiences. To really understand someone, including yourself, to truly appreciate their complexity, look for patterns, not snapshots. Seek the bigger picture, not just a fleeting impression. So what really defines us? Psychologists talk about states and traits. A state is temporary, a mood or reaction, like being grumpy or nervous. It passes. A trait is a pattern, a way you act over and over, like being kind or hardworking. Think of weather versus climate. A rainy day doesn't change a warm climate. One bad mood doesn't erase your kind nature. This difference is freeing. Feeling sad doesn't make you a sad person. Making a mistake doesn't make you a failure. You can say, that was just a moment, not who I am. You're the climate, not the weather. Your real character is built from the patterns you create, not the states you pass through. If traits are patterns, consistent ways of behaving, how do we actually build them in our lives? How do we go about constructing these fundamental aspects of who we are? Simple, by what we do again and again through the power of repetition and consistent action. Every action, no matter how small it may seem, is a brick. One brick alone isn't a wall, it's just a single piece. But many bricks, carefully laid daily, consistently over time, build your character, shaping who you are. Want to be patient? Each time you pause, taking a breath instead of snapping or reacting impulsively, you lay a brick of patience. Over time, with consistent effort, these choices become habits. And habits, those ingrained patterns of behavior, become traits. This works both ways, for better or for worse. Repeatedly telling small lies, even seemingly insignificant ones, you're building dishonesty brick by brick. But the beauty is, you can always start building something new, a different kind of structure. Like courage, the ability to face your fears, or empathy, the capacity to understand and share the feelings of others. One small choice at a time, one brick carefully placed upon another. You are the architect of your character, the designer of your own being. It's not about one big dramatic moment that defines you, but the thousand small ones, the countless little choices you make every single day. Your daily habits, those seemingly insignificant routines, quietly shape who you become, molding your character in subtle ways. Every day, every choice, every action you take, you're building your story, constructing the narrative of your life. This isn't just modern psychology, it's ancient wisdom. Aristotle said virtues are habits, not just ideas. You become brave by doing brave things over and over. Sartre believed you create yourself through your choices. Every action shapes who you are. Confucius taught that character is built in daily rituals, how you treat others, how you act in small moments. These thinkers agreed. You're not defined by a label or a single mistake. You're defined by your patterns, your habits, your repeated choices. Ancient wisdom and modern science agree. You have the power to shape who you are. You are the sculptor. Your actions are the chisel. Your character is built, not given. So, what does all of this really mean for you in your day-to-day life? What are the practical implications of understanding this concept? It means you're not stuck in who you are right now. You're not a finished painting, permanently displayed. You're a dynamic work in progress, constantly evolving. You have the power to change, to grow, to learn, and start building new traits and habits today, brick by brick. Want to be more resilient in the face of adversity? Start with one small conscious choice after a setback. Review what happened, learn from the experience, and try again with renewed determination. Each conscious choice is a brick in the foundation of your new self. Over time, with consistent effort, the habit solidifies and becomes the trait you desire. And most importantly, be kind and compassionate to yourself throughout this journey. Remember, one bad day or a single mistake doesn't define the entirety of who you are. Apologize if necessary, learn from your missteps, and consciously choose differently the next time a similar situation arises. Your past experiences don't have to dictate your future trajectory. Every day that dawns is a brand new page in your life story, and every choice you make is a new sentence you write on that page. The true essence of you is found not in a single isolated moment, but in the patterns you create over time. Remember, you are a work in progress, and you, and only you, get to decide what you ultimately become. If you have liked the content, please share it and subscribe to the channel. Your support will help this channel to grow.